got about 4 inches of snow last night at the house. And I was just sitting there, and I was looking out the window at all that snow, and all the plans I had for this weekend of stuff I wanted to get done. Realized I wasn't going to be able to. So it's Friday, and I'm off. It's just about noon now. And I'm going for a road trip. Get out and about and start exploring Alaska again. Drove into town and picked up a couple of supplies. I'll probably pick up some more snacks as I'm down the road. We're heading south. Or south on the Kenai Peninsula, anyway. In search of better weather. That's what we're looking for. Well, this stuff finally looks like it's starting to break up here. We'll see. Let's make our way down towards Homer. I didn't bring any camera gear with me at all except for the cell phone. This is a day trip for Sean. If I get some good video or good pictures off the cell phone, I'll be sure to share them. But I'm more interested in just getting out of town and taking a quick trip. Homer is 73 miles from Soldotna. It's about an hour and a half drive. It'd be nice just to see the water and to see the mountains and glaciers on the other side today. Well, I didn't quite get the weather I was looking for. It was a nice drive anyway, though. Stopped off and got myself a cup of coffee here, and I'm going to kick back and watch it snow for a minute or two. Finish my cup of coffee and probably start heading back up the peninsula. Not a view to be had with this kind of weather, but oh well. I love McDonald's coffee. I love gas station coffee too. Just kicking back here, answering comments on this week's YouTube video. They came out today. And listening to the birds underneath the dock. Watching boats coming in. I can't believe they actually went out fishing today. As lousy as the weather was. I tried to book a fishing trip today. And the boat was already booked up. I'm kind of glad now that I didn't get it because it would have been kind of a nightmare dealing with the weather. It's one of my favorite times of the year to be in Homer. Just because there's really no tourists. You can park, you can walk, you can do whatever you want. And you don't, during the summer, it's just ridiculous down here. I mean, it'd take you forever to drive down the spit just because of all the traffic from all the tourism. But early spring, like this time of year, or even into about middle of May, it's just phenomenal. And you can pretty much be guaranteed that everybody that pulls up and parks next to you is probably local. All right, guess I'm going to head back up. Sip my coffee while I go. I was going to hang out and see if there was going to be any chance of any sunshine here today. And while it is kind of breaking up and then snowing, then breaking up and snowing, they're going to get hammered with quite a bit of snow later on. So there's like a 75, 80% chance going all the way through into the evening. So it's not worth hanging out down here for it. Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with a good drive in Alaska. And it was a pretty drive coming down, snow and all. It was pretty gorgeous. I'll flip the camera on, flip it around as we're making the drive back out the spit. Show you the pretty view. This is Land's End, and it's where the road basically ends in North America. You can't drive any further than this. At least down this way. But it's all tourism and fishing and a bunch of crab pots over to the right, fish processing, boat works. You get some of the deadliest catch boats come in here and call this port home for a couple of months a year. There's the Seafarers Memorial. Got some beautiful pictures of that. Just the right sun. The Salty Dog Saloon. That's a famous landmark here in Alaska. And then all of the tourist attractions on both sides of the road. Fishing charters, water taxis, tours. There's ice cream parlors, places to grab something to eat. There's all kinds of stuff back in there, but most of those don't open until well into the season. If you look off to the left, that is Cook Inlet, and if you look off to the right, that's Kachemak Bay. That boat we're driving past now, that's called a six-pack. Well, that's what we call them. So when you book a fishing trip on a six-pack boat, that means there's going to be 6 people on the boat with you total. Not counting the captain and usually a mate. Off here to the right, like I said, they harbor some boats in here, and these are crabbing boats. Pull them out on dock here, or pull them out on dry dock and do all their work on them during the off season. This lagoon is, we'll revisit this. This is the Nick Dudiak Fishing Lagoon on the right. We'll revisit that later this year. There's an eagle sitting out on the point over there too. We'll head down here when the salmon are coming in. And then a bunch of RV camping here on the right hand side, and the left hand side is been pretty much decimated by the storms this year. That's the Cook Inlet side. Really taking a toll on that side of the spit. You can see all the rocks are piled up because they keep bringing more rock out here to try and build it back up again. So I did something I haven't done in years today, and that was go to a movie theater and saw Dungeons and Dragons, and it was a ton of fun. And it was actually a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. It was $8 a ticket to get in. It's no big deal, but it was fun seeing it on a big screen. Had a great time. I forgot how much I enjoyed going to the movie theater. There's just, there's just something about seeing a film in the theater. And I watch most of my stuff at home on the phone. You guys know that. So we're going from a screen this big to a screen huge. Good movie. Orca Theater's super awesome. But it's been so long since I've been there. When I sat down or when I bought my ticket, you actually have to pick your seat now, which was shocking to me. I've never had that happen before. All right, it is 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm pretty much thinking I'm going to make a huge day out of this. I might go get dinner. Thought about going to get a steak, but I'm not. Nobody cooks a steak like I cook a steak. So I might swing by the brewery. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a drive up to Sterling because there's another brewery up there. It's brand new, and I haven't had any beer in months. And it's not that I don't miss it, but I do love the flavor of it. There's a moose right there in front of the food bank. Kind of a blonde color. That's pretty. I've seen a ton of moose today. I'll bet you I've seen a dozen if I've seen one. It's crazy the amount of moose that are out and about right now. I think that you see them close to the road like this in broad daylight this time of year because, the snow's melting back so far from the road that they can actually get to, some of that grass and stuff that's underneath there. Beautiful place. Oh, goodness. I got enough snow to start sliding off the roof again. It's crazy. Oh. Good morning. It snowed for most of the night, but we only got a couple inches, which is good. Oh, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Nice coffee. Get this day started. Oh, goodness gracious. I think I've mentioned before that I haul water for pretty much all of my, well, dishes, chickens, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to water for cooking and coffee, I use bottled. Mainly because, man, the water from Brother Will's house is nasty smelling. It's got a ton of, oh, well, natural. It's got a ton of that sulfur smell in it. I'd rather not have those off flavors in my coffee. It's also the reason why I do my laundry at the laundromat. I've got a bunch of t-shirts that when I first moved up here were beautiful bright white. And when I started doing laundry over at Brother Will's house, because of the high iron content in the water, they started turning slightly orange. And that could be an issue. He deals with it on a regular basis, so he uses iron out in the water, or in his wash every once in a while, kind of clean everything out. And he doesn't wear a lot of white. I do. I like wearing the bright white t-shirts. So this is not for video. This is my normal routine. Right? In the morning when I get up and I make a cup of coffee, start the water to boiling and I start grinding beans by hand. You might want to wonder why the heck anybody would grind their beans by hand every morning. I could buy my coffee pre-ground, but I like the routine, I like the ritual, right? You get yourself into systems that work out for you, and there's nothing like a fresh ground cup of coffee in the morning. I don't drink coffee because I need it, obviously. I just got out of bed and I'm wide awake right now. I'm one of those people. I drink coffee because I love the flavor. This is all part of the ritual and routine for me. Yep. And here's my favorite part of making fresh ground coffee in the morning, right? Oh, God. That smell is just incredible. Use a French press to make coffee exclusively. I've done the percolator on top, and I actually have a camp. Excuse me. I actually have a camp stove percolator, but man, again, flavor, right? French press coffee is just yummy. Super easy to use. What's happening? What's up? What's up, big dude? Hello, ladies. Are we all out, or is somebody in the nest here? Well, hello, pretty girl. Hello. How are you? So pretty. All right, I got a few things I can do before we get started with that. Tell you what. Some of the stuff that I left out this year. Boy. Just amazes me. Oh, I don't think that's gonna go, Sean. Come on, man. Awful loud. Awful loud. Hello. How are you? Out. So the stuff that I use in the coop, none of it's going to go to waste. It'll all act as fertilizer for the garden. Chickens are basically poop machines. So that depth of straw and chicken manure that was in there was roughly about 9 inches all the way across, except for right in front of the nesting boxes. So, I mean, the chickens basically are only in there to poop when, when it's too cold outside to go out and do anything. And they'll poop a bit while they're sleeping on their perches at night, but generally they do most of that outside when the weather is right, which is why I only have to do that, generally speaking, maybe once halfway through winter if we get a warm up, because you can't break it up unless it warmed up a bit, and then the other time is in spring like right now. Let me show you how big that pile is. That's a huge pile of compost. That'll be good in the garden. I'm pretty satisfied with that. And then that was what I did when winter hit, and I did one last big deep litter for them right in the beginning, and it's a block of ice. It froze all the way to the bottom because it got moist, thawed out and got water in there and stuff. But lots and lots of soon-to-be great soil. The sun is glorious. Here. Come on. Use another one of these this year. Out here today. Oh. Beautiful sunshine.
And then opened abruptly into a cavern so vast that Geryon could not even see the other side of it in the faint light that seemed to pervade these caves. Yummy potatoes.
All right. Well, that about does it for a week off grid with me. It's not as exciting as everybody would think, right? It is, though, Sunday morning at about 7:15. I woke up this morning at 4:20, right around there. And I am going to drive into town and get my laundry going. Oh. If I get in there by about 8 o'clock, it's in and out the door pretty quick. There's not a whole lot of folks there. I know this is kind of different from the videos I've been doing lately, but I honestly am not a building channel. And if you've watched some earlier videos, you'll know that. But there's going to be a lot more of, especially with, you know, everything melting finally out here and the snow stopping. There's going to be a lot more stuff that's going on around here besides just building. I need to make sure that I get the other stuff done. I got a garden to plant this year. I do have some more building to do this year. But man, I'm going to explore Alaska this year. I'm going to see, I'm going to travel and see part of this state, or at least around my general area, because that's why I live here. I love it here. I love everything about Alaska. That'll do it for this week. I'm going to get everything going here. I'm Sean in Alaska. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next Friday. All right. Top off my coffee. What am I going to do for dinner tonight? Pick up some kielbasa in town. That would be kind of yummy. Kielbasa and potatoes. And eventually I'm going to need to wash this nasty flannel here. First I need to get some clothes though for today.